Have you ever pondered about the significance of recognition in the workplace? Let's take a moment to dive deep into this topic, shall we? Imagine this: you're working hard, putting in long hours, and consistently delivering high-quality work. But what happens when all your efforts go unnoticed? It's like you've been shouting into a void, isn't it? This is where the power of recognition comes into play. Recognition is not just about acknowledging hard work. It's about creating a positive environment where everyone feels valued and appreciated. When employees feel recognized, their morale skyrockets. They become more engaged, more motivated, and more committed to their tasks. Recognition serves as a catalyst, sparking off a chain reaction that ultimately leads to increased productivity. It's like adding fuel to a fire. The more you add, the brighter and hotter the flame burns. Now let's think about team spirit. We all know that a team is only as strong as its weakest link. But what if every link feels valued and appreciated? The strength of such a team would be immeasurable. Recognition fosters team spirit by reinforcing the idea that every member's contribution is essential and valued. It helps to build a sense of belonging, unity, and shared purpose. But the power of recognition doesn't stop there. It also plays a pivotal role in reducing employee turnover. Job satisfaction is strongly tied to feeling valued and appreciated. When employees feel recognized, they are less likely to seek opportunities elsewhere. They tend to stay longer, reducing the cost and disruption associated with high turnover rates. And yet, it's not just about the employee, it's about the organization too. A workplace that fosters recognition is likely to attract top talent, maintain a high-performance culture, and enjoy a competitive edge in the marketplace. It's a win-win situation for all parties involved. So you see, recognition is not just a nice-to-have, it's a must-have. It's not just about patting someone on the back. It's about creating an environment where everyone thrives. Recognition, it appears, holds a lot more power than one might initially think. What happens when bosses postpone recognition or fail to recognize their employees' efforts at all? This question may sound simple, but the implications are far-reaching. When recognition is delayed or entirely dismissed, it can lead to a cascade of negative effects. One of the most potent consequences is demotivation. Imagine, if you will, an employee who consistently stays late at work, pouring their heart and soul into their tasks, only to have their efforts go unnoticed or unappreciated. Over time, this lack of recognition can dampen their enthusiasm, stifle their creativity, and ultimately demotivate them. This demotivation can then trigger a decrease in productivity. When employees feel their hard work is not valued, they may see little reason to go above and beyond in their roles. They may do just enough to get by, leading to a decline in the quality of their work and their overall productivity. This, in turn, can have a direct impact on the organization's bottom line. Furthermore, delayed recognition can breed dissatisfaction among employees. It can lead to feelings of frustration and resentment, especially when they see others, perhaps the so-called brown noses, being recognized for lesser contributions. This dissatisfaction can permeate the workplace, creating a toxic environment that can be harmful to both the individual and the team. Perhaps the most insidious effect of delayed recognition is the psychological impact it can have on employees. When their efforts go unnoticed, employees may begin to question their worth and competence, leading to self-doubt and decreased self-esteem. This can have serious implications for their mental health and overall well-being. So when we talk about the downside of delayed recognition, we're not just talking about a minor inconvenience. We're talking about a significant issue that can affect the very heart of an organization, its people. Evidently, the lack of timely recognition can have detrimental effects on an individual and the organization as a whole. Scene script. Let's examine a real-life example. The case of a hardworking employee pulling late hours unnoticed. Picture an average employee, let's call him John. John is a dedicated worker, committed to his role, and consistently putting in long hours to meet project deadlines. He's often the first in the office and the last one to leave, his desk lamp flickering late into the night. But despite his tireless efforts, John's work goes largely unrecognized by his superiors. Now you might think, well, he's just doing his job, right? But let's delve a bit deeper here. John isn't just fulfilling his basic duties, he's going above and beyond, willingly sacrificing his personal time to ensure the success of his projects. But what happens when his extra efforts go unnoticed? When his commitment isn't recognized or rewarded? When he sees colleagues who put in less effort but are better at schmoozing with the bosses receive praise and promotions while he's left in the shadows. Well, John starts to feel disheartened. His morale takes a hit. He begins to question the worth of his hard work. He wonders why he's staying late, why he's putting in all this effort if it's not valued. This dissatisfaction seeps into his job performance. His productivity starts to decline. He's no longer motivated to go the extra mile because what's the point? This is a classic case of an employee's unseen overtime, a case where a worker's immense effort is overshadowed by the company's failure to recognize and appreciate it. It's a situation that many employees find themselves in, leading to a decrease in job satisfaction and productivity, and in worst cases causing talented individuals to seek opportunities elsewhere. It's a subtle issue, but one that can have a significant impact on a company's success. Remember, employees are a company's greatest asset. Their hard work and dedication are what drives the business forward. And when their efforts go unrecognized, it's not just the employees who suffer, but the entire organization. Recognition delayed is recognition denied, as they say. Consider another scenario. An innovative employee whose creative ideas are overlooked. Let's call this employee Alex. Alex is a go-getter, a problem solver, a fountain of fresh ideas. He's often the first to arrive and the last to leave, pouring his heart and soul into his work. His mind is an idea factory, constantly churning out new and creative solutions. Yet, despite his efforts, Alex's ideas are often overlooked. His innovative proposals are met with a nod and a smile, then pushed aside. His suggestions are lost in the shuffle, buried under a pile of routine tasks and status quo procedures. His creativity, his drive, his passion, they all seem to fall on deaf ears. And so, what happens to our overlooked innovator? His once vibrant spark of creativity begins to dim. His enthusiasm, once infectious, starts to wane. The innovative ideas he used to bring to the table become less frequent, less daring. He starts to question his worth, his value to the team. His motivation dwindles, his performance suffers, his potential is squandered. This isn't just a loss for Alex, it's a loss for the entire team, the entire company. Because when creativity is stifled, progress is halted. When innovation is ignored, opportunities are missed. When recognition is lacking, motivation is lost. Alex's story might be hypothetical, but it's not uncommon. It's a tale that's played out in countless workplaces, across countless industries, day in and day out. It's a story of wasted potential, of missed opportunities, of businesses that fail to recognize the value of their most innovative minds. So, what can we learn from Alex's story? That recognition matters, that acknowledging and appreciating innovation is vital to fostering a culture of creativity, that giving credit where credit is due can boost morale, increase productivity, and drive success. Innovation thrives on recognition, and without it, even the best of ideas can wither. So, what have we gathered from these insights? We've spent some time now exploring the power of recognition, the downside of delayed recognition, and the real-life implications of these through our case studies. We've seen how recognition can be a driving force in the workplace, a propellant of motivation, and a catalyst for innovation. Recognition is the acknowledgement of someone's efforts, hard work, and achievements. It's a simple act, yet it holds so much power. When a boss recognizes an employee's hard work or a team's successful project completion, it sends a strong message. It says, "You are valued, your contributions matter." It creates a sense of belonging and fosters a positive work environment. On the flip side, we've also examined the negative effects of delayed recognition. When appreciation for hard work and achievements is postponed or completely overlooked, it can breed discontent and dissatisfaction. It may seem like a minor oversight, but its impact can be significant. Employees might start to question their value in the organization, their motivation may dwindle, and their productivity may take a hit. Our case studies brought these concepts to life. The unseen overtime story showed us how disregarding an employee's dedication and extra efforts can lead to demotivation and decreased productivity. The ignored innovator case reminded us that when innovative ideas are not recognized, it stifles creativity and hampers growth. These stories underline the fact that timely recognition is not just a nice-to-have, but a must-have in every organization. It's a key factor in maintaining employee satisfaction, boosting morale, and promoting a healthy, positive corporate culture. Recognition doesn't always have to be grand gestures or big bonuses. Sometimes a simple thank you or well done can go a long way. It's about showing appreciation, respect, and value for each person's contribution. Remember, recognition is like a small spark that can ignite a big fire of motivation, innovation, and productivity. Don't let the opportunity to recognize and appreciate slip away.